So try and use network protocols that are just don't require a lot of communication back and forth. And try and use compact data formats so you can reduce the amount of data that have to get sent. The JSON stuff we talked about is a great example of that. It pretty much captures all the complexity we need to represent all the foundation data types, but it's super compact. There's very, very little overhead in actual descriptive text in the protocol. The majority of it is your actual data, unlike some more verbose XML formats that are just much larger and full of all kinds of descriptive stuff. And also with the core location and the accelerometer, stop generating the location information and the accelerometer events when you don't need them. For core location specifically, if you only just need to know where you are right now, but don't need to know over time where you're going to be, turn it on, get the location, and once you've got the location, turn it back off so that we can power down GPS and all these other devices. So do reduce your CPU usage. This is kind of a double-headed thing for you. If you reduce your CPU usage, your app's going to perform better, so your users are going to like that, and it's going to use less power, so they're going to like that. So using Shark and Sample to figure out where you're spending all your time and optimizing your hot code paths is a great way to both get better performance and increase your battery life. And also try and stress the GPU less for pretty much the same reason. If you have a really, really complicated user interface on screen that's got just like tens and tens of layers all over the place, layers meaning views, every view has a layer, it's significantly more complicated to render than a screen that has maybe only 5 layers. So if you can get away with fewer layers, it's a good way to use the GPU less and conserve power. Writing things to the flash, the NAND, is also very expensive. As I mentioned before, it takes quite a while as well. It also uses quite a bit of power. So if you have a bunch of state that you need to store out persistently, probably don't want to be writing it out like on a timer every second. Try and write it out when it changes. And accelerometer setting delegate to nil. Letting the system sleep we already talked about. So we're about out of time, so that's about it, unless anyone's got any other questions. Yeah?
Can you also access the proximity sensor?
I'm sorry?
The proximity sensor?
The proximity sensor. Can you use the proximity sensor? I do not believe there's an API for using the proximity sensor, no.
Wait, then how does an app like Google Mobile work when you lift the phone to your ear? Because it has this feature where you can lift the phone to your ear and then it beeps, and then you can start talking right away and it'll do a search.
There's no access to the proximity sensor. Yeah. Question is, how do apps like Bump work? And actually, that's just an accelerometer thing, I think. I'm pretty sure that it just detects the motion and. I'm pretty sure that actually, I don't know specifically about Bump,
so
but.
Bump's actually coming in this Friday. Yeah. We're going to talk about their APIs.
Nice.
Bump's coming in?
Yes, the Friday section is Bump, and they're going to discuss the API if you want to use it in your project.
Yeah, I'll leave it to them to answer rather than make some stuff up about it that I don't really know. OK, thanks, guys.
For more, please visit us at stanford.edu.